Alrighty, hello and welcome to another stream. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and for those new and for those returning,
welcome to the Tooniverse.
So today I found a handful of videos and a handful of posts that I kind of wanted to go over. So I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get to gameplay, but we are definitely going to be going over a couple of these things. So, sorry I don't have any B-roll queued up. Flew home from work and working with what we got. And it looks like my thumbnail for YouTube didn't even take, so that's really disappointing. Kind of worked hard on that. I'm going to see if it's actually on there, but I don't think it did. And while I check with that, how's everybody's day? Everybody doing good? Hope you all are doing good. Is it down? Because it went up and then went down, and I hopefully have it all fixed and ready to roll. I was hoping my thumbnail took, but it does not look like it did, which is really disappointing. I'm going to try setting it again, because I thought it came out pretty good. Now maybe it takes, maybe it won't. And if it doesn't take, we'll just, yeah, it didn't take. If it didn't take, it didn't take. Yeah, I'm a little upset about the thumbnail. I worked hard on it, and for some reason it did not save. So, yeah. it's a really cool thumbnail. But anyways, it'll pop up when it gets published. It just sucks that it's not up for the live. So, on to the discussion. Yeah, I figured it's of my... I've looked at it several times now, and it's the same thing over and over again. So, I'm just going to let it go. Anyways, so I get a lot of questions when I've been on various different YouTube channels, whether it's Marcus's, whether it's, speaking of which, I need to pull up his video too, because that's part of the discussion. Whether it's Marcus's channel, whether it's Space Short's channel, whether it's Starstream's channel, I get asked, why do I pirate? Why do I, air quotes, grief people? Why do I think I have the right to steal their stuff? It's a game. It's a game. I'm not stealing anything. If anything, I've stole a little bit of your time in a game. I do it for a handful of reasons. I do it for forced player interactions. I do it for the fun. I do it for the challenge. I do it for when people actually fight back. It gives me the PvP shakes, the sweat, and you don't know what's going to happen. You run a lot of these missions and a lot of these in Star Citizen, and they get just to be the same old, same old. And when I pirate, everything changes on the fly. And you have to be able to adapt to that and adapt to it quickly. So to kind of give you a hint of like why I enjoy pirating so much, this is a video from, oh, let me make sure I get my Streamlabs set up before I do that. Come on, Streamlabs, work with me here. There we go. This is a video from, I think his name's Rajora, is how you pronounce it. It's from 4 months ago, but this is one of the reasons why I enjoy Piracy so much, is some of the player interaction. And now this, like Marcus says, like my buddy who, I'll just call him Star for now. I don't know if he wants to be known as a pirate or not. My buddy Star and several others that I play with, the player interaction is amazing, especially when Marcus and them say, oh, I'm going out to mine salt. This is the perfect example of mining salt, and I love it.
I can put this on cruise control and hop. There we are.
He's in caps. He's in caps. I've got him in caps.
Copy. Slowing down.
Ask him if he's changed his
Hey,
mind.
do you still not want to negotiate with pirates? Have you changed your mind at all?
I do not want to negotiate. Get the fuck off my ship.
Oh man, you need to really change your course of logic, man. Ugh, that's sorry.
I don't give a shit. You shouldn't have taken my ship.
I know you don't give a shit. I mean, we're just trying to talk you into like common sense, man. Now we're gonna take everything
This is
instead
not
of just
common sense.
100K.
You got a fucking pirate.
Alright, I'm stripping
Get
his
off
body.
my ship.
It's okay. We're gonna take your helmet. We're gonna throw you out. You can hold that forward if you want to. We're gonna take your shit.
Alright, I've got all the stuff in the inventory of the ship.
Oh, we're gonna take it all.
Well, fuck you. The next time I
We're gonna
see
wash
you,
your
I'm gonna blow you the fuck away.
No, you're not. You didn't see me the first time.
Yeah.
You didn't see me the first time. What a great comeback. And these are the salt minings I love doing. These are the absolute best salt minings ever. And I've had the pleasure of being in the mine several times. Unfortunately, it was before I started recording and streaming. So some of the interactions that I got are they're just not as. I have a couple of piracy videos and the reactions are just not as good, and so they were left out. These are the reasons why I do this. I find it entertaining, let alone, like I said, the PvP shakes, the nerves, the sweat. You don't know what's going to happen next, and sometimes they fight back, and they fight back hard. And this is why I enjoy doing this. I enjoy it very much. Before we get into Carrack Karen, the Mongrel squad, and Chaos squad, I wanted to pull up something else from the internet, and it's in regards to griefing. Let's see if, yep, it changes over. I don't know if you can read that, so I'll read it out real quick. This is from the staff at CIG. It's from March 2nd of 2020. And it's titled Excessive Griefing and Stream Sniping. Hi everyone, we recently received a lot of reports detailing excessive griefing and would like to take a moment to openly address the feedback and share our stance. For a majority of these matters, a PvP solution is preferable. Keep that in mind. PvP solution is preferable. Frequently, when these scenarios are reported to us, we encourage those who feel they are being targeted to rally their friends and orgs and attempt to fight back. We are not here to protect players from aggressors, pirates, and PvPers. A big part of Star Citizen is about that dichotomy, the epic clash that occurs when opposing forces meet and rally others to their cause. The wars at Jumptown were a prime example of the exciting, emergent gameplay that can blossom when a lawful player comes face to face with an outlaw. However, there is a line that is occasionally crossed, where players are going outside the bounds of immersing themselves as a pirate/PvPer. Some users are going out of their way to leverage live streams and other mediums to excessively grief. I'm going to stop right there for a second. If you live stream, it is your responsibility to either delay it or accept the consequences that you are publicly broadcasting your position and exactly what you are doing. If you cannot come to grips with that responsibility and the consequences of you not being prepared when you do your stream, that is your fault. People are going to stream snipe. It doesn't matter what you do to try to stop them from doing it. If you are broadcasting, you are streaming, and you have not set a delay, they will find you if they want to, and they'll use your stream to do it. I'll go on. In many cases, it's no longer about enjoying the game, but rather disrupting it. Stream sniping, pad ramming, firing into armistice zones, which I don't know if in 2020 this was a thing, but if you fire into an armistice zone, it doesn't do anything. It does no damage to the ship, doesn't kill the person, doesn't do anything. Or utilizing various exploits to grief others. These are just a few examples of excessive griefing which we do not tolerate. If you find yourself on the receiving end of this, we are more than happy to investigate, and in cases where it's warranted, we will absolutely intervene. Simply reach out to us through the support page here, clickety, and make sure to provide as much information as possible. Screenshots and videos help. In addition to better monitoring, preventing excessive griefing, we are exploring a number of in-game changes that should help considerably. More info on that at a later time. And of course, in the future, the law system will play a stronger role in creating consequences for unlawful behavior. In the meantime, and all the time, take the sage advice of two wise individuals who once poisted? Wife. How do you pronounce this word? Is it poisted? P-O-S-I-T-E. Posited. Okay, well, okay. There. My English sucks. Posited that we should all be excellent to each other and party on whenever possible. To like pose to somebody. Okay, so here's my thing on the whole griefing. They pretty much laid it out, what's griefing and what's not griefing. Stream sniping, I don't consider that griefing because you are publicly broadcasting what you're doing and where you're at. If you don't put a delay on it or you don't want to be found, don't stream. It's as simple as that. If you are a popular streamer, there are going to be people out there that don't like you, don't like what you say, whether it's warranted or unwarranted, and they're going to find you and they're going to try to shoot you down or murder you in a bunker or whatever it is that you're doing. Firing into armistice zones, we discussed that. It doesn't work that way anymore. I think the worst that can happen is somebody can drop into an A2 bomb on you and it will throw the ships around. That's it. It's not going to kill you. Now, the reason why I'm going over this, most of you guys, the people that will come here, most of you guys watch Marcus. You watch a lot of the same streamers I do. We've talked ad nauseum about Carrack Karen and the situation that happened. Chaos Squad and a couple of guys boarded an uninitiated, wide open Carrack and went inside and took it over, only for the owner to come back and respawn in the med bed multiple times, and they kept shooting him over and over again and tried to negotiate, and the guy would not negotiate. Somehow the leader of Chaos Squad, I can't remember his name, I think it's Captain Dirty, he got hit with a warning and possible ban if he continues to do that sort of behavior. Marcus has gone over ad nauseum. Chaos Squad, Mongrel Squad, all the people that get into PvP have gone over it over and over again. There used to be a way to clear out the med beds. There used to be a way to re-choose your respawns. That was all taken out by CIG. What are we left to do if we get put in that situation? It's just going to happen again and again and again and again. My biggest fear from that has become weaponized reporting of players whenever they try to involve themselves in either pirating or PvP. Do I think it's going to be a widespread issue? No, I don't. Do I think it will happen? I think it will happen. And that brings me to Marcus's video. We're not going to watch it, but I want to go down into the comments section and find the comments. Nope, that's not the one. Interesting. The guy may have deleted his comments. It was up there a couple of days ago. Yeah, I think he deleted his comments. I may have screenshotted it on my phone. Now I feel like an ass. It was here 2 days ago and now they're gone. Hey, what's up, JT? How you doing, sir? Let me look at it. I'm gonna try to pull it up another way. It's me and Me and him went at it. Oh, right here. So this went on between Citizen 86 and Marcus at first, and then I jumped in. He says, "Are you mad?" Of course he will respond and defend, no matter stolen or pirated. Did you leave your brain at home today? You on my ship and you don't leave, I'll fucking report your ass. 2, bitch. I'm no content creator who has 24/7 to play video games for the buggy mess that this game is, and the 1 hour I have to play, pray you are not in my way. Marcus calls him a weak weasel and a casual and tells him he's going to have a rough time. He says to Marcus, who are you again? I don't recognize you. I'm not going to have any of a hard time in the game, trust me. Keep crying on the internet and fix your damn volume on your video. See you when you're relevant. Oh, sorry, that means never. Marcus tells him he came to initiate, and he told him that he's not hating on Ollie. They go back and forth a couple more times. This is when I jump in. I jump in and I say, Citizen 86, I'll see you in the verse, red flag all through 318, baby. He hits me back. I'm playing 318 since more than a month, and I haven't seen it, baby. Damn bots. This tells me right now that either he doesn't play or he doesn't play often enough. People do not pirate in the public test universe. They don't do it. People are willing to give up their ship and their cargo very easily. It's a totally different thing when it's a test universe and not the live build. People get really butthurt and really salty in the live builds. I reply with, it's not live, so what's the point? The point is, I'll start with more knowledge on what to do and where to go and how to avoid wannabe pirates. I said, no, you're just going to whine and report. Hopefully false accusations will lead to suspensions or bans. Fair enough, you interrupt my gameplay, I ban your ass. It's a fair trade. This is what I'm worried about. People like this soft little fucking shit right here. He is a chicken shit that can't even defend himself, and I already know it. And all he's going to do is, the moment somebody shoots at his ship and tells him, pull over, we're taking your shit, or we're going to pop you, and we're going to board your ship and take what we want anyways, he's going to screenshot us, and he's going to send it over to CIG. This is exactly what I'm worried about, is people like him. And I hope I do find him in the verse, because there will be no negotiations. Red flag all the way. I am going to pop him. I'm going to rip open his ship. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to throw grenades at his ass until he's dead. And then I'm going to strip him naked, throw him out into the verse, and take everything off of his ship. And hopefully I have enough people with me that we can strip the bitch as well. And then we're out. I'm not going to put up with this shit. This is ridiculous. If he's going to try to report people, there should be suspensions and bans. It's well within the gameplay loop, as stated before, that piracy and PvP is totally warranted, it's totally in the game loop, and it's totally needed for the game to continue. We went over that in that post. This is what I'm scared of. I hope we don't have to deal with this. I don't think it'll be as widespread as I'm hoping, but, we'll see. Canup, I know you're in here. What's your take on this? And while you're possibly typing that up, I want to replay this video for JT. I've been asked, why do I pirate? I pirate because most of the AI missions are boring, bland, and so repeatable that you can pretty much do them blindfolded if the AI wasn't bugging out all the time. I do it for the player interaction. I do it for the nerves, the PvP nerves, the sweat, the inability to predict the outcome of a fight. And, well, as Marcus and Star and all of them put it, I love to mine salt, and this is a perfect example of salt mining at its finest. And if you haven't seen this, is Rajora, and he's got a few other pirate videos, and so you can see me do it on stream. I'm going to sub to him right there. If he has more of this kind of content, I'll be watching more frequently.
I can put this on cruise control and hop. There we are.
He's in caps. He's in caps. I've got him in caps.
Copy. Slowing down.
Ask him if he's changed his
Hey,
mind.
do you still not want to negotiate with pirates? Have you changed your mind at all?
I do not want to negotiate.
Sorry.
Get the fuck off my ship.
Oh man, you need to really change your course of logic, man. Ugh, that's sorry. To
I
hear that.
don't give a shit. You shouldn't have taken my
I
ship.
know you don't give a shit. I mean, we're just trying to talk you into like common sense, man. Now we're gonna take
This
everything
is
instead
not
of just
common sense. You
100K.
got a fucking pirate.
Alright, I'm stripping
Get
his
off
body.
my ship.
It's okay. We're gonna take your helmet. We're gonna throw you out. You can hold that forward if you want to. We're gonna take all your shit.
Alright, I've got all the stuff in the inventory of the ship.
Oh, we're gonna take it all.
Well, fuck you. The next time I
We're gonna
see
wash
you,
your
I'm
unders.
gonna blow you the fuck
No,
away.
you're not. You didn't see me the first time.
That is the best line ever. We don't, you ain't gonna blow us up. You didn't see us the first time. That is the best comeback without cussing out somebody I've heard in a long time. These are the kind of salt mines I love going after. It depends if CIG holds up what they said. If they tell him to go pound sand, get good, then I don't know what he says. People who get PK'd always hate it, but PvP is part of the game. If you don't want to get ganked, he should hire some people. That's exactly what I've always said. We need to hire people. If you don't want to get ganked like that, you need to hire some people. Now, we're going to move on to Carrack Karen. Yeah, right? We're going to move on to Carrack Karen, and I'm going to pose the question. He actually reached out to Mongrel Squad and Chaos Squad. They verified who he was and if he was indeed the person on the ship. They verified him through Spectrum, through CIG, and it is the person that was on the ship. I've queued up Mongrel Squad, the leader, Agents Letty, Captain Dirty from Chaos Squad, and I believe the guy's name is Dradmar. And the question is he a Carrack Karen or a Carrack Chad? Let's find out.
But yeah, sometimes I have better luck if I like fly out on a cuddy or something, and then at one of the space stations. Yeah,
I'm gonna.
it's a 15-minute. It is a 15-minute.
I think I have it queued up to when they start talking to each other.
That's alright. Well, try explaining other shit there, Dradmo. It's just so that we can prove that we're actually talking to the person that was the other person that was involved in this whole shit fight.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I listened to
Yeah,
about.
this whole thing is like, first of all, it's dumb that their audio didn't work. Like, you know, I didn't hear any of you guys. You guys didn't hear me at all. It's just crazy thing.
So, right there, when they boarded his ship and they were trying to enter negotiations, neither of their proxy comms worked, which is why he thought he wasn't negotiating, and the other guy thought he was just shooting at him to shoot at him. Well, that's the situation that we are, from the outside looking in, getting to see or getting to hear for the first time.
So, like, that's number one. And then two, to go out and, like, punish somebody for it. CIG never talked to me, never got an email, never got nothing, right? And then...
CIG never talked to him, never sent him an email, nothing.
The only thing I got was somebody sent me a video, a clip of your video, and said I'm famous, and I was like, oh, what's this? And so and then I was like, that's cool, you know. And then I got a message, I think, from one of you guys, you know, and that's literally all I've had, like, on Spectrum, from any of it, nothing from CIG, you know. And it's just like, dude, we both had a lot of fun. Like, I saw you guys having fun in your video. I was having a blast on my side. It's sad that it didn't, like, mesh, because it would have been more fun for both of us, but, like, that's the only breakdown here, is that their audio failed. Like, neither one of us had a bad experience.
Carrack Karen or Carrack Chad, he said he didn't have a bad experience. They had no comms to communicate with each other, so they just kept going at it. He didn't care he was getting killed, and the member from Chaos Squad, Captain Dirty, didn't care that he kept putting bullets on the guy. They had no way to stop the respawn. If CIG would have left that in, as Marcus had pointed out, there would have been a way for Chaos Squad to stop the respawn. Or, on the flip side, I found out you cannot change your respawn once you've set it to the Carrack. So, the guy was fucked. The guy's fucked. What was he supposed to do? He's gonna get out in his underwear and try to box people. So, I don't see the problem here.
And nobody even had to sign a consent waiver.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's so weird that, like, I don't know. That's the real dumb part here. But yeah, let me I got stuck on the loading screen.
I'm not gonna watch this whole thing. It's a 2-hour thing.
What I ended up doing, because I was working on another video as a response to keep this, my main focus is actually to continuously bring up the point of customer service being used against players. So it's more or less like what happened between you guys just is a cause of a larger issue. And what it is that there are players out there who are trying to use customer service to attack other players, which really isn't that new to games, but considering that Star Citizen is fucking in alpha, really CIG should not be giving out any sort of excessive briefing warnings on such weak evidence, because what it looks like is that they've just taken that screenshot and gone, yep.
I'm pausing for Mason's benefit. I had a hiccup with YouTube. I started it and then it decided to go poo-poo on me. So I just ended the stream so that way Twitch went down with it. And then I tried to, I redid the stream and apparently it did not keep my really cool thumbnail that I made. And it's, well, here we are. So welcome Mason, welcome JT, welcome Canop again, and Stinkfinger. Okay, I can fix that. Give me a second. We're not going to run this whole thing. I just wanted to hit on the main points. Neither of these guys were pissed. Both of them did what they were supposed to be doing. And while I have this paused, if there's any new people in here that have just come to the channel, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more crazy content, then you know, hit that subscribe button. 318 is right around the corner, and hopefully the space drama ends and we can start shooting at each other again. Because this is it's been some spicy space drama, as JT has called it. Yes, that is Captain Dirty. So if you've missed it, we've gone over a little bit of griefing, a little bit of piracy. I briefly recapped the situation between the quote-unquote Carrack Karen and explained why I enjoy piracy and PvP so much. So yeah, I'm gonna let this run for a couple of more minutes, and if he doesn't get to it right away, I'm gonna switch over to Mongrel Squad's video, and we're gonna get down into the dirty of what happened after this incident, and then from there, it's already getting on to 12:30, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let me know if the audio is good after this.
Yeah, that looks like excessive griefing. Like, somehow they got Captain Dirty's name and they've taken that screenshot. If they watch the video, then it's, you know, like they've intentionally gone out of their way to not do any investigation other than screenshot a video and Captain Dirty's name. But because fucking it only looks like only Captain Dirty's gotten the warning here, it just looks like they've taken the screenshot and then somehow got Captain Dirty's name, and then next thing we know, he's getting slapped with an excessive griefing warning.
The shuttle is preparing to depart.
Okay, so
Yeah, so why
the video audio is bad on my end too.
So there's I guess it was like just a screenshot of one of them in front of the med bay. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I'm an East Coaster, sir.
See if I can find the Reddit post that it's associated with.
Okay. Because I had a link. I had a link to your.
Okay, so
thing,
they're gonna go into it a little
obviously
bit, but the audio sucks on this, so we are gonna go to. This was posted today, and this one was posted. When did this one go up? This one was on February 26th. Agents did more digging and found out quite a bit of more information. So we're going to switch over to Mongrel Squad and his little take on what's going on and what he's found after doing some digging.
That looks really good right there.
And of course we get an ad.
I think what's most important about a platform.
Nah, you can watch more though. It's always about more. It's always about watching more.
You're not gonna.
And we got together. Dreadmar was reaching out in the YouTube chat, the comments of YouTube videos about this whole excessive griefing warning that Captain Dirty got. I got, you know, when I saw it in one of our videos, I reached out to him and said, hey, can you send me a message on Spectrum so I can verify that you're actually the guy that you say that you are? And, you know, it turned out to be him. So we got together, we talked about it, and it's on Captain Dirty's stream. It's not timestamped. I think the intent was to do the comms to speak together in-game comms, and
so he's kind of rehashing.
Of course, I have the issues with in-game VoIP.
Oh yeah, I want that thing.
So we switched over to using Discord. Now, no, it's alright.
He's going to get into it. I think this is where he's going to get into it.
It's worth watching. You know, you get to hear Dradmar's perspective on what actually happened, and all it does, you know, like, it was good to actually talk with him, you know, about his side of the story. You know, I'm not going to try and spoil it or anything for you guys. Go watch that video. You'll hear, you know, his side of the story. I go on a little bit of a rant. You know, Captain Dirty throws his 2 cents in every now and again. He gets a little bit ranty. He jumps on the, you know, the agent's ranty bandwagon for a little bit too, which is completely understandable considering fucking what CIG, you know, did to him.
Sorry, I'll let him get to his point here in a minute. I think what most people are upset about is that CIG stepped in on their own mechanics and blamed the pirate for excessive griefing, even though it's their own game mechanics that they have in there, the way they have it set up, and it's their fault. Neither one of those players played the game wrong. Neither one of those players exploited one over the other. Neither one of those players was griefing. This was a pirate thing that went bad. And if you saw earlier, the quote-unquote Carrack Karen, and I'm not going to call him that anymore now, the Carrack Chad said he was having a blast, even though comms weren't working. This was a CIG problem, not a player problem. And now I'm going to let him get into what he dug up.
No, he was not a Karen. He was a fucking Chad. No, like, he was just playing the game. You know, that's what it boiled down to. Like, he saw himself playing the game and, you know, he was having fucking fun.
For reference, if you guys don't know who Mongrel Squad is, They're the premier.
He had no communication with
org in the
CIG.
verse.
CIG didn't even fucking reach out to him. That's one of the reasons why we did that discussion. You know, wanted to reach out, wanted to get his side of the story, find out, you know, from their
I
perspective.
believe he's from Australia.
What was going on.
Come on,
And
get into
that's
it.
opened
Dig
up
into
more
it.
questions. You know, who the fuck reported this? And I actually got a screenshot from Captain Dirty earlier with a name from someone.
I'll explain just a moment.
Uh-oh.
Which, you know, also lines up with a Reddit name.
Uh-oh.
And the fact of the matter is like, yeah, it's more. One person has admitted to reporting it to CIG. What they said is another thing. I've actually reached out to this person on Reddit because that's where I first saw it. Because after talking with Dradmar, I'm like, all right, well then who the fuck did? If it wasn't this guy, you know, then the next step is it must be outside the community.
And I'll stop it there. So, a person that wasn't even involved took the screenshot, went running to CIG, and reported them. That's the thing that I'm worried about. Do I think it's going to be as rampant as what Mr. Agent says here, that everybody's going to be reporting everybody? I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think that's going to be the case at all. But I do think that you're going to get a few false reports and a few false warnings. Well, not false warnings, but a few warnings get issued out because of that. Now, Mason, you were gone. You didn't have internet the week that this all went down. So, and I know you don't know everything that goes on in this game. So what had happened was somebody had parked their large ship called a Carrack. Now, in-game, it's about a $32 million ship. Outside of game, if you want to pay cash, it's about $1,000 to $1,100 USD. A lot of people get butthurt when you mess with their ship that either A, took them a very long time to grind for, or B, they spent a lot of money on. What had happened was an uninitiated ship, meaning somebody had spawned it and hadn't gotten into it, and it sat for a very long time, for up to 10 to 15 minutes. They left it open. The leader of Chaos Squad, his name's Captain Dirty. In the previous video, he was wearing the pirate hat, and he had the pirate flag behind him with the kind of weird audio. They went in there, and they took his ship, and they flew off with it. A few minutes into them flying the ship out to go meet a salvage ship to strip the hull off of it, he respawned in the medbed. There's only two ships that you can respawn in a medbed. That's the Carrack and the 890 Jump. The 890 Jump, I believe, is like a $27 to $30 million vehicle, and somebody here can probably tell me how much it is, because I'm going off the top of my head. I believe it's somewhere between $800 and $900 real money, USD. So this incident's going to happen more and more. People are going to pirate these ships. They're going to try to get them out to salvage because it's better in one piece than soft deathing them and having them cracked in half. And we might have another incident like this. So what happened was they kept spawning in the medbed. Comms weren't working. We just discovered earlier in the stream, comms were not working. And they kept shooting the guy. He would respawn. They would shoot him again. They would tell him, hey, you know, we're trying to negotiate with you. And because comms weren't working, he wasn't hearing it. He was trying to communicate with the pirates. They weren't hearing it. So this song and dance went round and round and round and round until basically the pirates lagged out because there was 200 bodies in a small place. And he was able to punch them out, take their gear, and retake the ship. Neither one of these players played outside of the game loops that are there. They didn't exploit each other. They didn't do anything wrong. This was completely CIG stepping in off of a third party's report. As Stinkfinger said, some random Karen putting their nose where it don't belong. You're absolutely right. They took a screenshot of that incident, took it to CIG, and CIG put out the warning. I think it's pretty stupid. I think it's incredibly stupid that they stepped in. It's still an alpha. They took away the abilities for us to either choose a new respawn point or the ability to clear the med bed so nobody else can spawn there. You broke it, not us. We're playing with it. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit. There was a ton of bodies in there, but it ended up lagging out the pirates in there, and he was able to take control of his ship again. So, you know, I'm exaggerating with the 200. You're right, Stinkfinger. It was 30 or 40 bodies inside the med bay, and then he got shot and killed a few times out in the hallway. It was, you're right, 30, 40, 50 bodies, 60 bodies, but there was an absolute shit ton of bodies in a crammed area, and it caused it to lag. He took his control of his ship again. Shit, and then all of this drama happened. I'm only getting involved with this because I saw all of this stuff coming out today, and I thought, you know what? I think it would be good to talk about. So that's my 2 cents. I think CIG shouldn't have stepped in. I don't think they should have at all. I don't think any player was in the wrong here. I don't think anybody played with any sort of exploits or griefing in mind. So I believe all of this was unwarranted. All the drama was unwarranted. But because, once again, I hate to come back to it, but because what CIG did, CIG is the problem here. Not these players, not the pirates, not the Care Bears. CIG is the problem. And they've opened the door to it now. And I highly doubt they're going to backtrack what they said. I highly doubt they're going to backtrack what they said. The problem is now that they've opened this door, how far are they going to open it? That's the only thing that terrifies me. How far are they going to open the door? And Stink, Mason, I don't know if you were here for it. I've already pulled proof. Oops. I've already pulled proof on people wanting to do this already. Let's see, where is it? I think it was the first thing he said. Yeah, right here. I'm going to highlight it and then I'll read it. You on my ship and don't leave, I'll fucking report your ass too, bitch. That's what got me concerned. This was in the comment section of Marcus's video from a week ago. Marcus and him went at it a little bit. Marcus dropped it. I came in to kind of... I hate to say it, I like to stir the pot sometimes. I came in and I stirred the pot a little bit. I didn't say anything overly bad. I didn't even cuss at him, but I stirred the pot with him a little bit and basically got him to say a second time that yes, he will report people if they try to pirate him. So this is the only thing that has me a little concerned. Now, since I'm going to be ending the stream here shortly, usually I go until 1:30, but I don't want to fire up Star Citizen. They just had a patch. I don't want to have to create my guy again. I don't want to have to choose my starting point and load up all my crap and all of that, only to basically go, hey, I got everything I need. I'm ending the stream. So I'm going to give all of you, and by the way, if anybody new has joined the stream here recently, go ahead and hit that like button for me. I'd very much appreciate it. Since you guys are all here, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of preview. So Friday, sorry, I'm reading Mason's comment. It's going to happen in any online game. Yes, we did. We already did. It's not so much at you, Stink. and I don't want to make it sound like I'm clout chasing, but a few days ago I had almost 70 people stop in a stream, and the only people that hit that like button, which helps me out in the algorithm and helps get this awesome community that I'm trying to build here with Mason and JT starting it off, and Canop and Marcus, now you Stink, and a handful of other guys, Uncle Porkchop, that come in here. Gets us more conversation with cool people. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to play games with some cool people, and if we can hit that like button some more. But anyways, back to that point, 69 people came in, and the only people that hit the like button were the people that were joining in the conversation. So that's the only the only reason why I keep repeating myself. Back to Mason's comment. It's going to happen in any game. We did cover that earlier, and I'm not saying that to harp on you, Mason. I think that the SE community is in for a big shakeup, it seems. I think you're right. I think the more and more this game gets popular, the more and more bullshit we're going to have to put up with, not just us as the player group, as the player base, and I'm not saying this is pirates, I'm saying this is just regular players. We're going to have to put up with more and more bullshit, and CIG and their customer rep service is going to have to put up with more and more bullshit. And I don't want to see that happen. I'd rather them work on the game and get it out to us, or fix what's wrong and allow us players to play in peace. I don't want this shit going on. This has been a 2.5 week drama fest. I don't want shit like this to continue because people are reporting each other. The content creators that SC has, what's the word I want to use? The content creators that do their thing within the SC community, most of them all know each other. You know, Chaos Squad knows Mongrel Squad. Salty and Grumpy all hang out. You know, Jonathan Winters and Marcus and you know, Canop and all these guys, and the higher up you go, Space Tomato gets involved with Jack Axton. Space Tomato and Jack Axton know each other. Star Streams and Space Shorts and Grumpy and Jack, and I'm trying to think of some of the other guys. They all know each other. They all have discussions outside of the game. I don't want to see people come after the awesome content creators that Star Citizen has provided us. I love this game, and I probably love it too much as far as video games are concerned, because I've turned into a goddamn stream slut, and I'm bouncing around between Canop, Marcus. Generally, he's on before they get up, but because he's in England, but Star Streams. On the weekends, I get Space Shorts. In between then, in between Marcus, I get Grumpy. You know, there's now I'm following Chaos Squad. Now I'm following Mongrel Squad. There's so many good content creators out there, and we've just been so blessed. Thank you and by the way, thank you for doing that, Stink. That was really awesome of you. I'm just a little guy, and honestly, Marcus and Canop, I'm going to say it right now. So, it's been a few streams since I've said it, and it's in no particular order, but thank you to Star, thank you to Canop, thank you to Marcus, thank you to Dr. Bailey 88. If you guys didn't help me out, I wouldn't have had the stepping stones towards success that I've had. So yeah, I am a space slut, and I love JT and Mason were the first two that ever came to my streams and started talking to me, and it was because Marcus or Dr. Bailey allowed me to self-promote on his channel, and if I didn't get that, I'd probably still be talking to myself right now. Because my earliest streams, it's me talking to myself. If Star wasn't on, then it was me talking to myself. If Star was on, then yeah, I had a conversation with Star, but for the most part, it was me talking to myself. So, you know, it's cool. My wife makes fun of me, and she calls me a space slut too. And whenever I'm talking with Marcus and Canop, whether it's through a stream or on Discord, she's always like, you know, why don't you just buy each other dinner and take each other out on a date? You guys are always nerding it up over space games. But she just likes to bust my balls, so there's that. But I love my wife. Yeah, so with all of that, I'm going to give you guys a little preview of what's coming up. Tomorrow I will be doing a stream. It probably will be it'll be either Star Citizen or probably Diablo 2. It's going to be one of those two. It depends on how the back feels. If Thursday's my night off, Friday we are going to be plus I love interacting with people. The whole reason why I even started doing this was for a friend, and it turned into a hobby, and now it's turned into this. And I love my chat. It's not my chat. I love our chat. Our chat is awesome. It gets so damn spicy and hilarious in here. I've spit coffee out on the table. I've spit my water across the desk. I've whapped my knees into the bottom of my joystick mouse because you guys have absolutely made me crack up. And I love you all for that. That, and we all do each other, especially JT and Mason, Camp, and I. We all do our best to keep each other in check. Like I'm trying to do this 1 to 2 pop a day thing right now, and JT and I definitely go back and forth over that. Make sure that I'm staying in check. Yes, I know it's over the internet, and I could totally lie, but I try to keep myself in check. 2 pops a day. That's it. Water, juice, coffee after that, or before that. So back to what I was saying. Friday, we're going to be having a special guest on. Some of you may know him, some of you may not, and then do the drugs. And I'm going to do a little interview with this person. So with the last 10 or so minutes that we have, and I'm going to put on some chill music too while we're doing this. I gotta back down the desktop audio, otherwise I'll blow your eardrums out with the music. Where do I go for that again? Did I go here? No. Where do I go for my music? I've done it before. Where's my music? Nope, that's not the music. Oh, give me a break. Where's my music at? No, that's not it either. So while I find my music, I am going to ask you guys, is there any... He's been playing Star Citizen a lot longer than I have. Is there any questions, any sort of things that you want to know about Star Citizen? Any then do all the space drugs and bunker runs. Man, space drugs and bunker runs is a good time. You know what? I think I have my shit muted, so we're gonna fix that right quick. I do. Is there any space related questions you have? Hey, Marcus. All right, you got the RAM installed. Right on, man, right on. Marcus, it's a pleasure to have you here. We were just talking about you. All good things, man, all good things. Okay, that question is definitely on the list, cannot. I still have to finish the list. And Marcus, shh. So, I didn't think Marcus was going to show up, honestly. I thought he was going to be doing his computer stuff. But it's a pleasure to have you, Marcus. We had a hell of a stream. Good question. Well, 99% of the time, once my wife falls asleep, that's it. It's over. It's done and over with. I could drop an A-bomb right next to her and she wouldn't know. Oh no, she don't feel nothing, trust me. That's how I ended up with 2 extra kids. Sorry for the TMI, but that's exactly how we ended up with 2 extra kids, so she says. Bro, 80 gigs of RAM, jeez Louise. I got an extra 32 sitting in the Amazon cart, just waiting. And if I can add that, I'll have 32 plus 16. So what, that's, man, I'm tired and drugs, painkiller drugs. 32 plus 16. So I'll have 58 gigs at that point. So, well, she says she was sleeping. I don't think she was, but that's what she says, you know, 7 years later, 6 years later. Look, man, I started off with twins, and I know I'm not gonna, I will only say one of my daughter's names online right now. Every man wishes that they can name. Yeah, Jesus Christ, 48. Yeah, I'll have 48 gigs of RAM. Thank you for bailing me out, Stink. Appreciate that. Every man wants to name their kid after like one of their favorite franchises, you know, whether it's, you know, some female that's in that well, usually a female or a male, depending on what kind of baby you're having. I'm one of the lucky few men that I know that I got to name my kid after a Star Wars character. I had a daughter, and I named her after the original twins from the Expanded Universe novels that Star Wars did back in the 90s and early 2000s. So my daughter's name is Jaina. I named her after Jaina Skywalker. I did not call her Arby's. No, it's not Jaina Skywalker, it's Jaina Solo. Yeah, it's awesome. It's super awesome, man. I got my Star Wars kid. Cheers. My wife, I guess I'll throw out one more. My wife, she wanted to have her first girl. She had the name picked out from, I forget what novel it is, but it was a series of novels, late 90s novels, and she wanted to name her kid Remy. And so Remy and Jaina were my first kids. They were twins. Corbin Dallas, that's fucking awesome. Corbin Dallas, multipass. Multipass. She knows it's a multipass. Well, with that, I think I'm gonna wrap this up and fix Ahsoka. Yeah, Ahsoka would be great. I love. Before I cut this stream, since we're talking Star Wars and more specifically the Clone Wars animated show, I absolutely hated Ahsoka when she first showed up, and then as the show went on, she grew on me. Oh yeah, Wolfgang's a good one. I actually know a couple of Wolfgangs. One in high school, and then I worked with one at, where did I work at? Oh, I worked with him at Kohl's, and funny enough, he was into music. He was a guitarist. Had a hot as hell girlfriend too. Well, I think I'm gonna call this stream. If you did not catch the beginning of it, I hope you'll go back and rewatch the beginning of it. I had fun. There's some couple of really cool videos. I explained why I pirate, and you know, at the end of it, as Stink said, I was throwing a lot of love out there and possibly tonguing buttholes apparently. So sorry for the misstep earlier. For some reason YouTube decided to putz out on me after I hit live and had to redo it. So sorry about that, guys. And oh yeah, it's all about the booty, man. It's all about the booty. It's all about the YouTube booty. It's all about the space booty and Star Citizen. See, and this is why I love streaming. I love hanging out with you guys. You guys make me crack up. I love all your guys' stories, and man, I'll see you guys in the next stream because I'm gonna cut it off here. So I'll see you guys in the next stream. It'll be tomorrow night at about the same time at 11:30, 11:35ish. You guys, as always, time is precious. Thank you for spending your time with me. You guys have a great evening, great day, great night wherever you are. And, God, can't up. And yeah, just be good to each other. I'll see you guys in the verse. Thank you all for being here. Peace. Shut up, can up. Hey, I'm gonna hit you up on Discord in a moment. And if Marcus, if you're there too, I'm gonna hit you up on Discord as well.